What happens when one of the greatest rock bands in history decides to see forward after losing the drummer many believed could never be replaced? For years, Rush fans thought the story had ended. After Neil Peart's passing in 2020, Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson repeatedly said they couldn't imagine Rush without their lifelong friend. But something changed. Quiet rehearsals turned into serious conversations, and those conversations eventually became the 50-something tour, a celebration of Rush's legacy rather than an attempt to replace it. Then came the biggest surprise of all. Instead of choosing a drummer known for copying Neil Peart note for note, Geddy and Alex chose Anika Nilles, the acclaimed German drummer recognized for her creative style, technical precision, and work with Jeff Beck. The decision immediately sparked excitement and plenty of skepticism. Could anyone really step into such an impossible role? The answer wasn't as simple as fans expected. This collaboration wasn't about finding the next Neil Peart. It was about honoring Rush's music while allowing a new musician to bring her own personality to the songs. Even Geddy Lee admitted that whoever accepted the job would face enormous pressure because every fan would naturally compare them to one of rock's greatest drummers, Bial. But what really happened behind the scenes? Who first suggested Anika Nilles? And why did Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson become convinced that she was the right person after just a few days together? Long before the public announcement, Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson knew they had an almost impossible challenge ahead. Every drummer they considered would face the same question: can anyone play Neil Peart's music without trying to become Neil Peart? The answer came from an unexpected direction. According to Geddy Lee, Anika Nilles wasn't chosen because she was a Rush superfan. In fact, she knew only some of the band's biggest songs before rehearsals began. What impressed Geddy and Alex wasn't just her technical ability, it was how quickly she absorbed the feel and structure of Rush's music while still sounding like herself. Botrime and Beige. The first rehearsals weren't even intended to be a formal audition. They spent several days playing together, exploring classic Rush songs, and seeing whether the chemistry was there. Alex Lifeson later recalled that by the fifth day, Anika had taken everything they had discussed, processed it, and delivered performances that convinced them she could handle the enormous responsibility. One song became the ultimate test, Tom Sawyer. Its famous opening groove, intricate fills, and explosive energy have challenged drummers for decades. Geddy later explained that playing the notes wasn't enough. The drummer also had to capture the feel, dynamics, and emotion that made the song so powerful in the first place. That's exactly what Anika worked tirelessly to achieve. By the end of those rehearsals, Geddy and Alex realized something important. They hadn't found someone to replace Neil Peart. They had found someone they could trust to honor his legacy. As opening night approached, Anika Nilles knew exactly what fans would be watching. It wouldn't just be her speed or technical skill. Rush audiences know every detail of songs like Tom Sawyer, Limelight, and YYZ. Many fans have listened to those performances for decades. Even the smallest change would be noticed. Rather than trying to duplicate every movement Neil Peart made, Anika took a different approach. She spent countless hours studying the songs, breaking down the arrangements, and understanding why Neil played certain parts the way he did. But she also believed that simply copying another drummer would never create an authentic performance. Her goal was to preserve the spirit of the music while playing it with honesty and respect. That philosophy quickly earned the respect of Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson. Geddy later explained that what made Anika special wasn't just her incredible technique, it was her musical instincts. She listened carefully, adapted naturally during rehearsals, and interacted with the band as a true collaborator instead of someone trying to prove herself. Alex echoed those thoughts, praising her professionalism, preparation, and positive energy throughout the process. Then came the performance of Tom Sawyer. As the familiar synthesizer intro faded and the drums entered, the audience held its breath. Fans weren't simply hearing one of Rush's greatest songs. They were witnessing a historic moment. The chemistry between Geddy, Alex, and Anika felt natural, and as the song unfolded, many in the crowd realized they weren't watching someone imitate Neil Peart. They were watching a gifted drummer help celebrate the music he created. The applause that followed wasn't just for a flawless performance. It was a sign that many fans understood the true purpose of the collaboration. not to rewrite Rush's history, but to keep its music alive for a new generation. From the beginning, Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson made one thing absolutely clear. This project was never meant to be a Rush reunion in the traditional sense. Neil Peart wasn't just their drummer. He had been their bandmate, lyricist, and close friend for nearly 5 decades. After his passing in January 2020, both musicians repeatedly said that Rush, as fans knew it, had come to an end. That made any return to the stage an emotional decision rather than a business one. The 50-something tour was built around a different idea. Instead of pretending the past could be recreated, Geddy and Alex wanted to celebrate the songs that Neil helped create. Every performance became a tribute to his extraordinary legacy, while also allowing the music to continue inspiring audiences. Anika Nilles understood that responsibility from the very beginning. In interviews, she has spoken about the enormous respect she has for Neil Peart and the influence he had on generations of drummers. Rather than trying to imitate his every move, she focused on understanding the musical ideas behind his parts. That approach matched exactly what Geddy and Alex were hoping to find. During rehearsals, the 3 musicians constantly discussed dynamics, timing, and feel, not just technical accuracy. Geddy and Alex weren't looking for a copy of Neil. They wanted someone who could help the songs breathe while remaining faithful to the original arrangements. That chemistry soon became obvious on stage. Fans noticed that Geddy and Alex looked relaxed and genuinely happy performing together again. After years away from touring, they were smiling, interacting with one another, and clearly enjoying the music. For many longtime Rush fans, that was one of the most emotional parts of the entire experience. Still, one question remained. After proving herself night after night, what did Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson really think about Anika Nilles once the rehearsals were over and the performances had begun? Their honest answers surprised even some of the band's most devoted followers. Once the tour was underway, the biggest question wasn't whether Anika Nilles could play the music. She had already answered that on stage. The question became, what did Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson really think of her after working together? Their comments were remarkably consistent. Geddy praised Anika not only for her technical ability, but also for her attitude. He explained that she arrived fully prepared, listened carefully during rehearsals, and was always willing to refine her parts if a song needed a different feel. Rather than treating the role as a chance to show off, she approached it as a collaboration. Alex Lifeson shared a similar view. He described rehearsing with Anika as an exciting and refreshing experience, noting how quickly she absorbed ideas and translated them into confident performances. He appreciated her professionalism, musical intelligence, and the positive energy she brought into every rehearsal. Perhaps the most meaningful compliment was what they didn't ask her to do. Neither Geddy nor Alex wanted Anika to become a copy of Neil Peart. They encouraged her to respect the original arrangements while bringing her own musical personality to the stage. That balance allowed Rush's classic songs to feel familiar without becoming a tribute act built on imitation. Fans began noticing the same thing. Many who were initially skeptical admitted that Anika wasn't trying to replace Neil, something no drummer could ever do. Instead, she was helping preserve the music with sincerity, precision, and genuine respect. While some longtime fans naturally preferred the original recordings, many praised her performances for striking the difficult balance between faithfulness and individuality. By the end of the tour, one thing had become clear: the collaboration had succeeded because it was built on honesty. Geddy Lee, Alex Lifeson, and Anika Nilles never claimed they were recreating the past. They simply wanted to celebrate music that had touched millions of people around the world.